And it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday already. Now remember, because of the holiday, don't take your garbage out tonight. You got to take it out tomorrow night. I always have to try to remember that. We actually get calls from a neighboring city, believe it or not, that lets us know that garbage is delayed. In our town, we get a piece of paper at the beginning of the year that gives us the holiday schedule. So um, yeah, but the neighboring community, we signed up for them because I think we use the same garbage service and everything else. So it works out pretty well for us um, to listen to them. The only thing is, like, they'll call, and you can set it up any way you want, but they'll call, they'll send an email, and they'll text you. No, they call me on my phone. They call on the regular, and then they send you an email. So you get notified 3 times. Now you can change that. But like they'll call just saying City Hall will be closed on Labor Day. Well, no kidding, but that's what they do. Hey, Chief, how you doing? Midwest Old Man, how you doing? And Slim, how you guys doing? How's everybody? You're at work, huh, Chief? So hopefully you can get away with that. I know I couldn't do that at work. Maybe I could do it for like a minute, but it was a little bit tougher. Hey, Rick's retirement journey. How you doing? Yeah, we got a beautiful day here. We're looking at rain tomorrow, so trying to get some outdoor stuff done. And tomorrow I'll probably work on indoor stuff if it rains like they say it's going to. It'd be good for the garden though. I'll be glad that the garden gets a little bit of water, so that works out pretty good. Work? What's that? That's right. We don't know what that is. Now I used to have one of my pet peeves at work, and maybe my some of the people didn't like it, but I told everybody that they had to turn their computers to where when you walk by, you can see what they're doing. so, not to say they were taking advantage of it, but I know a few were at times, and so when they had their computers where um, they had to be, you could walk by and see it. They would listen for my footsteps. It got to be so funny, but and they knew, I was cool about certain things. But I mean, if you're on there doing something um, for a minute or two, that's no problem. Humidity in Southern Cal, oh, that's strange. You guys usually don't have that, huh? Work is slow. Any slower, we'd be going back in time. Ah, that's not good. Hey, Kaz, how are you? I was just gonna say, what did I do with your picture? Oh, I got it up. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's Kaz's picture. I can't twist my arm that far. There's Kaz's picture right up there. And there's one of Captain Billy's, and there's it's hard to see, but there's the cranes. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see that one. Hey, did my part-time gig at the bookstore yesterday. Ah, did your yard work last night? Ah, that's good. The bookstore, that's cool. Yeah, I got a doing well, busy morning. Yeah, we're doing well here. My stomach's still 4 days ago. I came down with I have some kind of gastronomical or whatever you call it. I don't know if it's diverticulitis or diverticulosis or what it is, and I don't think all my doctors they don't know either. Um, it could be stemming from the radiation that I got back 10 years ago. Um, it could be a lot of things, but I usually get it once a year, twice a year. Now that I've been retired, I rarely get it. So I think it's part stress related. I'm not sure. But it's been 4 days now, and I'm like at 95%, not 100% yet. So if this persists, I might have to go in, start this thing all over again. But hopefully, it'll just be gone. Only 95 here. Hey, that's good. You're finally broke that 100. That's good. Yeah, that is good. Yeah, so hopefully, I work out here today a little bit, and now I got a problem with my garage door. That bottom, there's a bottom wheel. It's got a wheel, and then it's connected into two slots, and it's the bottom one. So it's got the wire that hangs to it. Well, it keeps coming out of its. There's like two circly things, and then this rod with the wheel goes through it, and it keeps falling out of the track. So every time I open and close the garage door, it falls out of the track, and I can't figure out a way to fix it. Um, so I might have to use the old trick, because that's where you have to take the torsion spring and release it, because the torsion spring is also connected to the two side wires. So I got to figure that out. Hey, you're grilling out hot dogs for your grandson, 401k Dexter's. Yeah, I just saw you posted a video today, and I didn't get a chance to see it. I watched Cowbell Tuesday with Steve. I finally caught up to that one. And I watched an old one from Bill, not good at anything, his workout routine. That's all we watched today so far. I got to catch up on some more videos. I walked dogs last night. They were needing some help, so I worked from 6:30 to 8, and then we actually came home and we ate when I got home, so turned into a later night than I expected. Garage door track wheels. We put those up for years. Finally had them totally replaced. Yeah, I see on eBay, not eBay, but Amazon. It's the same thing. You can get and they're pretty cheap. You can get the nylon rollers, and I might redo the whole thing, but I got so many projects right now. I can't do that. But I just got to fix this one. But I don't know. I got to see what I have to do there. I don't know. Something's not right. The garage door is either not coming down straight, and I don't know why. I got to look up some videos. I haven't looked up any videos yet on that, so I got to do that. Yeah, that's right, Kaz. You had that same issue. We were talking Saturday. That's right. And maybe there's something in the air. I know the kids. I follow my community Facebook, and they said since the kids went to school, they're all sick. They're all sick already. I can't believe that. But what is that? Some kind of cough. It's not whooping cough. It's there's some kind of something going around in the school system now, but it has nothing to do with the stomach. Beautiful day that I better get going for a walk. Okay, Arlene. Yeah, you always want to take advantage when you have a nice, decent day. Take advantage of the outdoor activities that you can, whatever they may be. Do I think insulating the garage door help keep it cool or warm? I don't know. I'd have to insulate the whole garage. And man, do you see the price of insulation lately? It's well, I don't know. It seems pretty high. Um, I mean, I could do one of them because on the side of our house when I first moved here, I did that blow-in insulation on the outside, and I think that helped because it had no insulation. 1963 house. Um, but for the garage, I don't know what I'd want to do. If I want to buy that R13, each roll is like $25. I'd probably need, geez, I don't know, and then drywall it. Probably cost me $1,000 or so, wouldn't it? So I don't know if I want to do that. Or that's another project. That's another project. I got too many other things right now, but I might do it one of these days. You did the nylon rollers by garage door and got ripped off. Yeah, that's the problem. I know the garage door companies. I mean, they need to make their money, but it's expensive when you call them out. I did my own torsion springs. I was actually kind of scared to do it, but I ordered them off Amazon. Or off some company, or I don't know what it was. This was about 6-7 years ago, and I did a good job. Things been going up and down for 6-7 years now, And yeah, it wasn't for the faint of heart, because that's all you read about is people getting killed. You're putting the bar in there, and you're you know doing this with the torsion spring, and it really wasn't that bad. But one minor mistake could have put my eye out or something. I don't know, but but I actually did pretty good with it. Now, again, that was a while ago, so I don't know if I'd want to do it again. I'd probably have to call somebody out. SSV, you been fishing? No, but it's getting close. We're gonna get this rain tomorrow, and then the steelheads should start coming up the river pretty soon. You found out you need a new septic. Oh, Clayton, that's not good. That's a pretty penny. That's not cheap. You have a double garage door, both doors are just messed up. Yeah, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong, Kaz, with having somebody do it. Um, I wouldn't mind getting a new door, but I can't even tell how old this one is. But it's functionable. It functions well. It's fine. It just and I tighten it up. I grease it, or I use a, what is that? What did I do with it? I think I got it over here. Yeah, it's just garage door. You could get this stuff from anywhere. Garage door, lubricant. Just spray that around there once in a while and keep things good. I like to do that before winter, because I really don't like to leave the garage door open or broken in the wintertime, because everything just, snow blows in and everything else. So I'd rather just make sure it's good to go. That's why it's already September. So if I'm going to work on this project, I need to get going on it. And it shouldn't take too long, except I don't know about that one that's got the bad caster on it. Without taking those wires on the side off, I'm not sure what to do. I'd like to see the size of the steelhead. Hey, Theo, how you doing? Let's see if I got a picture. You can let Mr. Captain Billy know that I've decided he's going to be the object of my next art. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, so you can see this is what it's connected to, if you can see that. So there's the roller right there, and it goes into this teardrop here and then into another one, and it's got the wire there hanging onto that bracket. So if I was to take that whole bracket off, I have to reduce the tension on this, which means messing with the torsion bars. And I really don't want to do that. So we'll have to see what's going to happen there. Chat GPT gave me another alternative, although kind of scary. Here, Theo, here's one I'm going to catch right there. There's the size of it. Fantastic weather here in New Jersey. Cooking tomatoes, up 29 bags so far. Wow. Holy cow. No, that's really great. If you got that many tomatoes, like for us, we've been picking like a handful every day, sometimes every other day, and it's been working out for our salads. We haven't been inundated with a ton of them yet, so we'll see what happens. I got to go in there and check it out. Hey, Sherry, how are you doing? Yeah, Theo, that was from the Natural History Museum, that fish there. We went, we saw that Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon in the Natural History Museum on Sunday. It was in the planetarium. So that was really cool. I mean, they did a pretty good job with that. And then now the Cleveland Museum of Natural History has changed. They redid it, and they made it more antiseptic, if that's a good word to use, or septic, or what, I don't know what word you'd use. They made it just a little different. A lot of space, less stuff is the way I look at it. We took the my daughter and her husband, and they thought it was great. They thought it was fine, but they don't remember back before they did the change when they redid everything. They don't remember that, and it just seemed like there was more to see. Um, and they focused a lot on like the Cleveland area, the rocks in the Cleveland area, the animals, and it was like, okay, I don't, I want to see like a lot of different things, and it was more focused and it was different. Let's just say it was different. It was okay. I'd rate it a B. I mean, it was nice and it's clean, it's beautiful. I would recommend it to anybody. But when you've seen the old versus the new, they've just cleaned it up too much. Just very interesting. You don't want to try messing with Torsion Springs now. I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't do it again. Sherry, Theo. Yeah, it was a blurry picture. Sorry, Theo. Yeah, they had I think it's called Dunkosaurus or something like that. That's the big thing around here. Back, millions of years ago, these big giant fish. I mean, they have skulls and bones, fragments from these things from all over this area, right where I'm at. Um, from Lake Erie and some of the tributaries, which weren't tributaries, they were full oceans, of course, back then, and over the years. And I tell you what, there's some pretty large fish. So, so yeah, just been hanging out today. So yesterday I walked dogs. Um, I didn't go Monday because of my stomach issue. I just didn't feel like it would be a good move to be walking around, um, you know, walking 2 or 3, 4 miles in the condition I was in. I was afraid to take the chance, and I actually felt better. Uh, I could have done it in the evening, but my shift was 9 a.m. So I thought, I better not do it. And I think they were pretty well covered. So, but I did help out last night and with no problems. So, and just like Kaz, I'm 95% right now. So, yeah, we should be getting some rain tomorrow. I have my telescope out on the deck. I've had it out there for 2 days because they said there was some meteor showers that were supposed to be 2 days ago, and we got a little bit of clouds, and then they were teasing us with this northern lights thing. Michigan and Ohio are going to see northern lights. Here we go. And so I downloaded the app again, and I'm looking, and nothing. I didn't see anything. It didn't even come close that I saw. So I got to put that away, put that telescope away before it rains. We could get rain tonight. I didn't really check. Right now it's 81, mostly sunny. It's just a perfect day. And it's got that breeze. So I like working outside when it's hot, but has a breeze. So if it's 70 degrees, I'd be happier, but 81 and a nice sun, no cloud. Partly cloudy, but it's nice. Ooh, you got thunder. Kentucky Life with Debbie. Chili Pepper just jumped in to say, hey, 4:20 a.m. Oh my gosh. Nice to see you. Sweet dreams. Did you buy a Powerball? No, I have not. You know, somebody asked to win, but I keep saying, how it's gotten so big, and you got to think of all the people that are playing, and nobody can hit. It just tells you, and the odds are like 296 million to 1. And how many people are in the U.S.? 350 million. So And I know I've always been the person who says, yes, someone has to win or someone will win eventually. Why can't it be me? But the odds, oh my gosh, they're so stacked against you. So for $1 or $2, I think it is. Yeah, I guess I would, um, but no more than $2 just to try it out. But I haven't bought any. You have rain scheduled for tomorrow too. Oh boy, you might get a haboob, huh? Full lunar eclipse on the 7th. I gotta check it out. Yeah, my apps usually tell me when there's something going on. They'll send a text. Um, so I'll have to see if they say anything. Gonna have some more hot temps in the Pacific Northwest. Gonna have to do the rain dance. Yeah, my brother and his wife. I just read a post on Facebook just a minute before I came out here that they actually are in Cleveland now. They live out there in Washington State, and they've been saying it was like 100 degrees or something out there. Now they just flew into Cleveland because their daughter, she works for an airline. Um, she'd be the one checking you in and everything else, and she out of 100,000 employees every year they pick the top 100 out of 100,000, and she got to be one of the 100. So they were able to fly in and enjoy that with her. So I got to see what they're going to be doing. So you're saying there's a chance. That's right. Yeah, rewire, retire. How you doing? You're retired and healthy. You already won the lottery. That's right. Your Powerball number will be two. All right, write that down, everybody. I don't mind sharing that kind of money. And I even told my wife we were driving to the Natural History Museum, and she says we should stop and get a ticket. And I said that was Sunday. When did they draw? They drew Monday, right? And then today's Wednesday. And I said, why? What would you do with that money? It would cause us nothing but problems. She said, I'll figure it out. I said, no, you think about that. When you get that kind of money, man, your life changes so much. You see all those lottery shows, where they talk about how they lost all their money, or I just, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If not, I would rather not. I know it's weird to say, but believe it or not. Now, 1 million, and then they give you 500,000. Okay. Or 600,000 after taxes. Okay. I can do that. When you're talking 1.4 billion, what's the take home on that? A lot, a lot. And even with the taxes, you're still 500 million or something. That's just crazy. I used to live in the Pacific Northwest. I couldn't handle all the clouds. Mount Hood was, did you live up there? I didn't know that. My husband and I lived in Seattle for a long time ago. That's right. I remember you were saying that. Yeah. Retired 2019. How are you? Mount St. Helens, closer to Portland than Seattle. Okay. Yeah, the simple life is good. DIY as I see it. How are you doing? Yeah, it's 80. It's 81. It's not bad. It's not bad. So there's some people on here that've got some channels. So if you get a chance, check out those channels if you can. Rewire Retire has one. DIY as I see it has one. Retired 2019. Do you have one? I forgot now. Rick's retirement journey certainly does. Who did I miss? There was a couple I might have missed. No, maybe not. I haven't got through all my comments for that last video I did either. I had to get outside, and I just haven't. I usually try to do my comments and all my stuff and watch videos at night. Like I said, last night was kind of messed up because I went out to walk the dog. So hopefully I'll catch up tonight. Working on my latest to be released tonight. Trash Day Tuesday. Oh yeah, I can't wait to see what that's going to be. Yeah, I have not. I think the scrappers, that that's one thing. I was watching one of your videos, DIY. I was watching one of your videos, and you picked up. Shoot, I can't. I know you picked up. Oh shoot, I forgot what it was. But you passed up something that I'm telling you, the scrappers in this area would have got it so fast. You would have never had the chance because you. It seemed like you did that video in the morning before trash came. It seemed to me like you were doing your walk or whatever, and then you came back to get it. And it seemed to me that it was in the morning, like people put out their trash at night, and in the morning you were doing your walk and you saw all this stuff. And I'm telling you, around here, that scrapper comes at between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. I would have never saw any of that stuff. So gold bullion, I'll take gold bullion. Gold. I watch this other channel, World Money Wins, and he usually collects silver, and he was doing this, picking up these little pieces of gold. I forget what they're called. Um, they're just small. Are they 1/8 ounce or 1/16 ounce? I'm not sure. I don't remember now. And because they're cheaper, and he's been buying those, trying to stack those. And I think today gold went to an all-time high. Was it 35? Well over 3,500 or something. And yeah, he told us, whoever watched him last year, time to buy some gold. And of course, I didn't listen. I miss out on so many opportunities like that. I just do. It's so sad. And as soon as if I bought gold right now, if I bought a couple ounces, 3 ounces of gold, it would go because that's how it works with me. Yeah, in the morning. Was it the grill? No, I don't remember if it was the grill. No, it was something else. So it's like, I don't know, table. I don't remember now. Table or something. It was something I probably wouldn't have picked up, but you did, and you did good with it. They start putting out more free stuff on the street. Yeah, yeah, Rick, that's what they do around here too. Um, they put it on the Facebook. Exact reason why I won't buy gold now. Yeah, but a year ago, Carrie 401k Dexter's, who has a channel as well, a year ago it was high. So it's like, where do you say no? Because I said no then, and look, a year later, look where we're at. It's just crazy. They moved trash day back this week, right? Oh, back or yeah, back, right. So it was actually this morning. Trash day Wednesday doesn't have the same ring. Yeah, it does. It's fine. Hasn't silver broke through the $40 spot? I haven't checked silver. I do have some silver, and I was buying some silver. Through JM Bullion, and there's another one I check some of the sites and see, and I picked up some, but I'm not real heavy into it. Neighbors thanked us for taking their old washing machine for scrap. Wasn't us. Hey, Hawaii, how you doing? The heaters? No, I don't remember now. I just don't remember. I'm trying to think in my head what you picked up. And it seemed like it was some kind of table or cabinet or something. And I thought, yeah, what are you gonna do with that? And then you did something with it. I just can't remember. A stool. Yeah, the one with the broken leg. That's what it was. It was something like that. Yeah, that's what it was. 3 years ago. Yeah, David, great. How you doing? You bought 10 ounces of gold at 1,500. Look at that. Doubled your money. More than doubled your money already. When do you think you should sell it? That's the thing. Because that would be my second downfall. My second downfall would be, oh my gosh, I got it at $1,500 and now it's doubled. So should I sell right now? And I can't see it dropping like the stock market does, but and if you don't need the money, just let it ride. But capitalizing on that and then putting it into even a 4% something, treasury T-bills or something. I don't know. Probably would do that because my luck is just not good when it comes to that kind of stuff. But you did good there. Lived on Canoa for many years, loved it, miss it. I'm the same way. The last 4 times I got back in the market was down 20%. Yeah, it's so weird. Silver spot is 41.55. Okay. Yeah, because I was buying at 30, just over $30, I think. And like I said, I don't have a ton. But it's a lot cheaper to spend $30 than it is to spend 3,000. So I have stacked a little bit, but again, not as much as I probably should. I live close to Pearl Harbor. Okay. I'd love to go out there one day and see that, but that's a trip of a lifetime, and I don't know if I'm going to ever make that one. You invest in your health. I have enough money. That's good. Now, when you say you invest in your health, what does that mean? Are you taking supplements? Are you paying a gym membership? What does that mean exactly? Yes, the S&P and gold have both returned 88% over the last 5 years. Yeah. And what do you think? I think we're getting close to the top. And September and October are the 2 months where you see corrections a lot. So I know Otter's Retirement Corner, he pulled out, he switched his stuff around and got more into bonds. I think he switched more into bonds, got rid of some of his stocks. He consolidated basically and put a lot into like 2 different buckets. You'd have to check his channel out, Otter's Retirement Corner, his last video, and see what he did. I don't know why he did it, but I don't remember his reasoning. But I'm just wondering if we're going to see a correction here, and it's got me thinking about doing some things too, getting more into the safe side, and then holding on till January. But I could be again. I'll probably be wrong again. Out at lunch with the wife lakeside at Hefner Grill. Hey, Randy, how you doing? Where is Hefner Grill? I haven't heard of that. Otter went into a total market index fund. Yeah, he went into that one what is it called? Doofus. Doofus, that's what it was, because I was laughing. DFUS, I think it is. And again, anything I talk about or anybody on this channel talks about regarding gold, stock market, please, please, please. We're not experts. Listen, but don't act. Please. Yeah, he went in pretty heavy in Doofus, and he got out of another one that was a 0.03 that they were charging, and he went into one that was 0.09, which I thought was kind of surprising. But he said he was fine with that. So that's interesting. But yeah, so that might work out for him. Oh, you walk 12. Okay, so you do gym workouts. My goal is 20% body fat. Oh, good. Good. You should go see a retired 2019. You should see Bill's channel. Not good at anything. You'll see the icon is Bill with his long hair. He's 68 and he's doing stuff that I couldn't do when I was 20. It's just crazy what he does. And he just did one of his last videos was he's doing it for like 2.5 hours to 3 hours a day, where he does his calisthenics, he does his push-ups. I don't think he's a big weightlifter. He just does his pull-ups, just mostly calisthenics for lifts rocks for like 2.5, 3 hours a day, which he explains most people can't do that. They don't have time to do that. But yeah, for 68 years old, he's looking pretty good. Oklahoma City. Oh, Oklahoma. That's why I wouldn't know, Randy. I retired 3 years before I planned to and made a lot of changes. Yeah, and I think we all will make changes as we go. Some of you have financial advisors, and I've done some changes, and I still need to do more. You look at where you're at on everything, your environment, your money, just everything, and you try to improve it for your retirement. You try to improve everything, um, meaning like around the house. I want things where, I mean, I don't want to put in a rock garden or something, but I want things where I don't have to spend as much time on working in the yard. Not that I mind it, but a little less time doing that and more time to do other things. So in retirement, that's some of the things we look at. Get rid of some of the work and more less work, more play. Let's put it that way. Retired, I work part time in a bookstore. I love getting my steps in. Measured my BF the other day. We start low carb menu this week. Oh, low carb, huh? Yeah, we haven't. She kind of likes that Mediterranean diet type thing. Not diet, but way of eating. Like today, we had tuna fish on a wrap with grapes and some cauliflower that she made up and put in the oven yesterday. We had some of that for lunch today. So it's that kind of, lots of vegetables, chicken, vegetables, eggs. That's kind of like what we're focused on. Blue zones, places where people live a lot longer. Huh. Hey, guy, 1958, how you doing? Wow. You have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to because you're on cost of living. Yeah. Yeah, that's whew. My bathroom scale used to kick out a calculator. Now it kicks out a slice of bacon. I like that. boy, like, boy, I need that scale. Tell me where you bought that. I want an extra crispy bacon to pop out of there. That'd be nice. That's funny, actually. I've had to commute to an actual office a few days this week and have to do it a few days next week as well. Oh my gosh, that's right, because you work from home, Punk Bass and Covers, who also has a channel. Um, that's right. Uh, you get to work at home normally, and now you get to play around in DC traffic. That's fun. I'm glad it's you and not me. Hopefully it's temporary. It sounds like it's temporary, which is good. Yeah, not good at anything is shredded. Yeah, he's for 68. You know, he's put his mind to it and he's sticking to it, and that's part of the battle is you got to make it a habit. And I think they say somewhere I heard my boss used to tell me it takes 3 weeks to develop a habit. Um, and I tell you what, he just does this every day. He's got that mindset to do it every day, and that's good for. And he's got the weather to do it. He's in California, so he's got the weather. Um, so he can be out there 4 seasons of the year. But he also does, he does some other stuff, rock climbing. He does. I think he said in his last video he did some yoga. He does other things too. My wife got her spousal award yesterday from Social Security. All right. Yeah, that kind of went quick. At least in my mind it did, huh, Scott? Everything worked out really good then, right? Oh, Dr. Cornelius. I've seen Theo. He's been on our he's not big at all, I tell you. He's just saying that. Starting January 1st, practicing living the budget now. Oh, I appreciate that, guy. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's like everybody says, you can just watch just about any retirement channel and they say you just gotta know your expenses, man. You gotta know your expenses. And if you got a ton of money, maybe your expenses don't matter as much if you're sitting on a big ton of money. But I think in my case, or at least how I think, um, if you've grown up with a ton of money and you spend a ton of money, there's two type of people. One has a ton of money and spends a ton of money, or one has a ton of money and doesn't spend it. If you're the form or the first one, then you want to check because you can't, there's no more income coming in except maybe Social Security, pension, whatever. your 401k. So there's really no income coming in. So you want to look at your expenses a little bit and go, maybe I could cut back here and there. So instead of taking out the cigar boat once a week, maybe you take out the cigar boat once a month. Maybe you sell it. So, well, I would love to be in that position though. The spousal award was last week, but we got the amount letter yesterday. Okay. I gathered up my info. We'll be applying for Social Security this afternoon. Good. Good. Yeah, I think maybe I saw one of your comments. I'm not sure on my one video. And good luck to you. I hope that works out pretty good. Just take your time with it, answer the questions. And I think it's pretty easy. Scott, pretty easy online, right? Still? Because I'm sure they've changed things since I did it 2 years ago. ABQ Isotopes, BB, 90-year-old man threw out first pitch. He stated after was asked, the secret is keeping moving your body and mind. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. But then you see these 100-year-old people who haven't moved in 10 years, and it makes you wonder. I just remember when the California fires were happening, they said Dick Van Dyke was coming out of his house. Remember, he's like 100 or something right now. I think he made it to 100. And they were helping him out. But, and that's one guy. I watch Dick Van Dyke show I think it's Sunday nights. They have 2 half-hour shows. And I just think, wow, man, look at him and Mary Tyler Moore and the rest of them. And he's still living. It's just amazing. He's doing so good. You need my advice. My girlfriend has no retirement, and I have been retired for 5 years and a cancer survivor. I wonder if we should stay together. Holy smokes. All right, I need you guys, Kaz, and I need Rick and Scott and Chief. You guys answer that for me. She has no retirement savings, and you've been retired 5 years, and I'm wondering if we should stay together. Boy, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's all on you, man. That's all on you. I don't know if anybody's going to give you any advice on that one. There must be a reason why you want her around. So think hard about that reason. Yeah, she has a retirement plan, and you are it. That's right. I just think of Charlie Sheen and 2.5 Men. I just I think about, well, especially when because he had all the money, and then when Ashton Kutcher took over after Charlie went crazy, and he was a billionaire or something, and the mother, the mother was always looking for, not Charlie's mother was always looking for the sugar daddy. We're not saying that that's what's happening with you, but grandmother lived to 102. Wow, that's great. Yeah, no comment. Diane, thank you for that one. I signed up for Plan G with United. With A, it's 144. Got the free WellCare drug plan. Was that the cheapest, Scott? Was that the cheapest? Did you go on Medicare.gov and you look to see if that's the cheapest? Was the AARP? Because usually there's one or two that are cheaper than that. Did you take a look at that? I'm not saying that's wrong. Absolutely not. But if you went to Medicare.gov, does something cheaper? Because when I looked at it just the other day for my area, for my zip code, I was looking at it, and I think it was 2 or 3 plans that came before the AARP. And, all G plans are the same. All N plans are the same by law. And at that point, it's just a cost. So I'd be curious about that. Someone give me the winning Powerball numbers for tonight. Now, man, you're only 40-something years old. You need to work a little longer. You're not getting off this easy. Us retired people, we deserve it. We deserve it. We've already paid our dues. and having a little extra would be nice. Now, I'll tell you what, if we win, or I'm not going to play, but if I did, I'd throw you a bone. I'd throw you a bone. Everybody who's a subscriber to me, I would throw them a little bone. But I'm not going to play. At least I have no plans on playing unless I change my mind and run up to the corner store. But I'd spend more in gas. Plus, I'd be mad. Tomorrow I'd be mad nobody wins or I didn't win, and I spent $2. I spent the gas to go up there, the time, and I don't know. Money's a great tool. It's also good to pay for services, but it won't bring you a blanket and a cup of soup when you don't. That's right. That's true. Hey, Mark's weather. Enjoying coffee after lunch before work. Work. Oh, I hate that word. If I win buzz, you'll have to explain how you live off. Hey, I would appreciate that. 1 million's fine. That's fine. That's all. That's all I need. No, I said he was 40. I think he's 44. I think. Are you 44? I can't remember now, but I thought you were like 40, 42, 44, somewhere in there. I'm a teacher. I love my job. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That's good. Yeah, if you're a teacher, yeah, and you're in a good situation, that's good. Probably not the older kids. Are there any funds left in the entertainment bucket now? Well, we start a new month, so 280 zone. I can afford $2, but can't wait to retire 5 more years. Okay. Well, you get that teacher's pension, I assume. That'll be nice. It's complicated because most single women have little retirement savings. Yeah, that could be too. You win, you'll throw over a super duper D duper chat. Advantage plan, 113 a month. Advantage plan, you're still paying 113 a month? Huh, that's interesting. So your deductible must be really low, like 2,800, 2,500 bucks. You know what your deductible is? But you can pay someone to bring. Oh, 23 years now teaching adults. Okay. Yeah, that's better then. So it's either the adults or the small children. It's that middle group that gets a little tough for the teachers. But yeah, so I understand what you're saying. Greg, I would buy a couple lottery tickets and don't even know how to play. I don't want to go into. Just make sure you check your numbers. I don't know how many times I've seen the stories. So it's been because they usually give you 6 months to a year to claim the prizes. And how many stories do you see where someone didn't claim it because they bought them, they threw them in the glove compartment of their car, or stuck them in their purse, and they're still sitting there a year later, and it's millions of dollars is sitting there, and they just never checked. So crazy. Or they've been buying tickets every day, and they just took the whole group of them and threw them away, didn't bother checking. And there's times, and my father-in-law used to do this all the time. He would go to, when he was older, right? He would go into the Giant Eagle, and he would, in the trash can, he would see the tickets, and he would take the tickets out, and he would double check them. And believe it or not, because by then we got the app where we could scan these are they're instant, not in, yeah, the instant, the scratch offs, and he would just grab them out of there. And I swear, probably we've had at least 3 tickets that were winners, and maybe out of 50 or 60 that we did, he'd bring them over to my house, and when we were having a viewing or whatever, and I'd scan them for him, and there was like 3 of them out of the 50 or 60 that actually were like $1 or $2, $5, something like that. But they were actually winners that the people threw away because they didn't know how to play the scratch offs. They didn't know how, or they missed it somehow, or they couldn't see, or I don't know. But there was actually winners. Now some of them would say it was cashed already because they behind a counter or whatever, they would throw it in a garbage can close by, and people were taking those, he was taking those out. And he's not the only one. Other people do this too. It's become a big thing. Um, and they were already cashed out by the store and they just threw them in that garbage can. So he would get all excited. I said, nah, this one's it looks like a winner. Yeah, it is, but it's already been cashed. So yeah, you can't do anything with that one. Yeah, the Blue Jays, twice already I fed them. $23. I would buy a couple lottery tickets, but don't you? Okay, with you 5 more years. You need to read some Agatha Christie novels, find out how that plan works. I'm so bad at winning $2 on instant. Throw it in the center. That's the problem. She's 57. 62-year-old coworker put in his 2-week notice yesterday. Another win for the 62-year-olds. Oh boy. I have to put in a 6 months notice as part of our union contract. And that's important. And you guys already know, most of you, that you need to talk to your HR department when you're planning to retire. I know some people don't want to say anything because they think they'll get kicked out, and that's happened. People treat you differently. That's happened. I've heard comments on our channel about that, but you got to go to HR because there are rules sometimes in different companies. There are rules that you have to follow. There are certain things they want you to do. Like in your case, your contract says 6 months. So it's important that you abide by that. And you're lucky that you know that, because some people, they try to retire and find out that, well, you were supposed to do this, you were supposed to do that. Now they probably get through it, but finding out what's in your manual, if you have one, and talking to HR, probably a good thing to do, just to make sure you have everything covered. She stood by you. Well, if she stood by you for that, then as far as I'm concerned, I'd hold on to her. Yep. Hey, Alton, how you doing? Boss isn't watching. That boy. I feel like I get you guys in trouble. Make sure you're financially. Yeah, Mark. You're right, because like I said, there have been cases or people have told me, and I assume it's true, that as soon as they told their boss, or you know the head of the department, or whoever they reported to, or to HR, things changed for them dramatically, and that's not good. Because I think part of that is because hiring people can be an exhausting long-term process, and the more time they have, the better. So if you say you're going to be out in not you particularly, but if someone says they're going to be looking at 3 months, 6 months, or whatever, they're going to start looking for somebody right away. And I don't know, they could demote you or put you somewhere else and force you to retire. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen depending on the company. I've just heard a couple people say that like their boss changed. Boss wouldn't talk to them much anymore. Sort of like you were pushed out of the way, and that's unfortunate, especially for people who have worked for many, many, many years. Hey, Dave, how you doing? Right, Diane. My husband got a 5% discount at Kroger today. Yeah, see, that's a problem. I don't have a Kroger by me. And the FTM 22, you talk about that, and it's great. But man, I wish I had a Kroger. I think the closest one is Sandusky or somewhere. I looked that up a couple times. In my case, they can't move me. I'm top seniority. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Benefit of being union. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And there are some cases where you're locked in where there's not a lot of wiggle room for management to do a dastardly deed. Let's put it that way. And again, it depends on the company. I'm not saying that this is a normal thing, but there have been people that got kind of pushed around. And I was there this morning for Senior Day. I got a free muffin. Oh boy, you guys are lucky. We have Aldi coming to town, being built now. I don't know if you guys see that one. I don't know if it was TikTok or Facebook or something. Somebody grabbed three. How'd they do that? No, somebody said they bought 3 gallons or half gallons of Aldi's ice cream and put it in Friday and forgot about it over the holiday. And they put it in a trailer, not frozen. And then when they went to get it 3 days later, it wasn't melted. And they wanted to know what kind of stuff they were putting into it. So I don't know. I don't believe almost anything I see anymore with AI and everything else. I don't believe anything. But I thought that was really weird. Could Aldi's ice cream be that bad? And of course, a lot of people came back and said, man, I take it out of the freezer and it starts melting. So I'm not sure. I've never had an Aldi's ice cream, so I wouldn't know. But it's just funny that some of the things you run across on Facebook or TikTok or it's just ridiculous. Got to get the quarters for the carts ready. Yeah. You trained your replacement before you left. I've been retired for 8 months now. I've not heard from any of them and do not expect to. That book has been read and returned to the library. My daughter got 5% at the markets. Let's all write to Kroger's. Yeah, I need something close to me over here. I need something. We do have an Aldi, which is good. There is a Trader Joe's, but I've never been there. It's a little ride, a little ride away, but I've never been there. They were going to open an Amazon market, or Amazon Fresh Market or something. They redid the building in the strip area. They redid the building, and then they said, nope, they're not going to do it. So now Golf Galaxy moved in there. So we went from Amazon Food to Golf Galaxy. I always ask for discounts. I'm at the age for senior coffee, but I can afford $2 coffee, but it's nice getting $1 coffee. That's right. Where's Mark Baychek? He's big on using the McDonald's app. He tells me about that all the time. We just haven't been to McDonald's in a while. There's certain fast foods, they've changed, or my body's changed, and I just can't. I have a hard time with them. Just returned from Costco. I need to finish up tomorrow's video. Oh, you just went to Costco, retired with purpose. Another guy with a channel. You guys get a chance, check out Retired with Purpose. Hey, every getting that savings mentality in your head, there's nothing wrong with that, nothing at all. Just saw something. Okay, it's 82 now. Temps to plummet tomorrow. I just saw that pop up on my screen. 3 years with no fast food. My body doesn't. I think that's my problem too. Is we can't tolerate it anymore. I'm not sure because I had the Chick-fil-A is good. Yeah, they know you by name. Yeah, we like Chick-fil-A, but we haven't been there in probably 2 months. Maybe 3 months. We haven't been there. But McDonald's, it's been a long time. And I just remember the last time we went. I like their hamburgers. And I think I got 3 hamburgers and I just didn't feel good after that. So we've kind of stayed away from them. Our thing now is the Olive Garden. we went 3 times this past, I don't have my board out here, but the video I did, you saw restaurants. 3 of those were, me and Mrs. Buzz went to Olive Garden 3 times in the month. It just happened to work out that way. And I eat, the big bowls of salad they give you. we go through, between me and Mrs. Buzz, we go through two of those bowls, and mostly me. But and then she can't do the bread because she's gluten free. So I get the bread, I get the salad, um, no croutons for her, but I get croutons, and then I just get a small platter of, I think it's angel hair with shrimp, something like that. And it's like with the pop is you get a Coke or something, it's 3.95, which I should just drink water, but I rarely drink any soda, so I'd like getting that once in a while. And we did that 3 times, so it was like $50 each time. So $150 was just on Olive Garden. But we don't, besides that in Jersey Mike's, we don't really eat anywhere else. Yeah, the breadsticks are good. Yeah, Chick-fil-A, we've gone there before, not recently again, but it is nice. Yeah, the pretzel bread, yeah, making you hungry. Yeah, you do like Olive Garden, okay. Endless pasta. Yeah, see, I couldn't eat all that pasta. You do eat it In and Out. We don't have an In and Out around here yet. Going on out of '70s diet, mostly whole foods, less eating out. Yeah, with the Olive Garden, like I said, I fill myself up on the salad. So, and then you just get the small thing of pasta with shrimp and angel hair pasta. It's a garlicky, and they put some asparagus in there. I think that's pretty good. It's not. I can't eat the red sauce as much. Now the pizza place. So I get French bread pizzas from Costco because they don't have a lot of sauce on there. So I like those, and it's mostly bread. Um, and the pizza place that I have close to us, they actually put sugar in their sauce, so it's milder. It takes that acidity out, and I don't know how he does it or how they do it, but it's a pretty good. I don't get like really messed up because I have to take that Protonics because I have that acid reflux. And I went from 2 pills down to 1 pill now, so been staying away from a lot of that red sauce. Jersey Mike, yeah, so much S is definitely better than Subway. And Subway, and again, this is marketing 101. I don't understand it, but they won't do gluten free bread. I don't understand it. So Jersey Mike's wife's gluten free, and they have the gluten free bread. So, and why Subway won't do that? Through my mind, I just can't figure it out. Why take away or why keep away people who would love to eat there but can't eat the bread that they supply? It can't be that difficult. If Jersey Mike's can do it, Subway should be able to do it too. And I don't understand why they don't. Hey, Mark's Weather. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Upside app. No, I don't. I've never used the Upside app. Let's talk about foods. Yeah, it's a good thing I just ate. I get chicken parmesan at Olive Garden and bring half home for another meal. You get 2 pieces of chicken. I substitute broccoli and put some Alfredo. No, that sounds good too. Yeah, they have that chicken marsala. They changed it though, and it sucks now. You used to get that, and they used to cook it perfect. And I do. They do a lot of microwave and prepared stuff. I mean, if you went in the kitchen, you'd be surprised. Maybe some of you wouldn't, but a lot of it's already prepared. Same as Red Lobster. They do a lot of pulling it out of the refrigerator, heating it up, and there's not a lot of cooking going on back there. But the chicken marsala used to be really good, and then they changed it and they made it like a double decker thing. It's no, I can't even. I got it once and I was like, what is this? And I could never get that again. So I've settled on that Alfredo, or not Alfredo, but the angel hair with the shrimp. That seems to be pretty good. My wife's Italian. Oh, shelter. No, we're pretty much done with the shelter thing. I threw in a couple $100, so we topped out at $2,000, which was really great. I think we were number 2 on the dog side, with the manager and all her folks being number one. I think that's probably better. Just let her be number one. But I think we took number two. There was another group that was at 1,800. So I had to make sure we beat them. So I threw in a couple $100 and I think we got us up to $2,008 or something like that. Last I looked. So everybody who donated did really, really good, and we appreciate that. My wife's Italian descent and has always put some sugar. Yeah. Yes, it does. Right, Greg. That's, yeah. And I didn't know about that, but now that I'm getting older and older and I've had this issue, getting a sauce with the sugar in it just to cut down that acidity is, it works out good for me. Longhorn Steakhouse for lunch, half pound. We don't have a Longhorn. I think they closed ours some years ago, but they are opening a Texas Roadhouse, so we're getting that in October. Hey, Kaz, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Homemade pizza sounds delicious. Homemade pizza is always good. I'd like to get one of those pizza ovens, but man, I'm looking at, and I wouldn't use it that much, right? Maybe once a month I'd use it. And they're good ones, like $400 or $500, and I'm like, holy cow! We stopped going to Olive Garden because they changed the chicken marsala. You're just like me. We still go, but yeah, that was a rude change, a very rude one. Let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. Wow, your first super thanks on a live stream. Can you see that too? Or am I the only one that can see that? I think you can see it too. So thank you. Get a coffee for Mrs. Buzz too. All right, thank you. Carrabba's. Yeah, we don't go to any Italian restaurants. I got the Olive Garden Never Ending Pasta Pass the first year. They offered it for $100. Haven't had it since. Yeah, but you're trying to lose pounds and you're doing a very, very good job of it. So getting that endless pasta is not a good thing for you. Yeah, not a good thing. Oh, you can see it? Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know what you can see versus me, but I assume you can see everything that I see. That's my assumption, but I never know. I try not to assume too much. I never have to use salt at Olive Garden. Yeah. Especially with the bread. Salad, I don't think they salt the salad though, but hey, I don't know. And their dressing. I really like their dressing. And they say you can buy the Olive Garden dressing at I've seen it at Sam's Club, and it's not the same. I don't. Maybe you guys think it is if you bought it. To me, it's not the same. But we bought it a couple of times, and it's just like, nah. It's not exact. So we haven't been buying that. We should publish an online only PDF collection of recipes of our favorite dishes. Yeah, Mrs. Buzz, I've been trying to get her. She's actually made a cookbook. She's made a gluten-free cookbook, which obviously won't pertain to all of you there, or probably not even 10% of you. But we were thinking about trying to get that, like, not published, but at least put together. Because there's one channel, I don't know who we were watching. She's got like 3 cookbooks or something. Maybe you guys know who I'm talking about. I haven't seen them lately. It's a couple. He sits on the right on the computer. She sits on the left as you're looking at the TV screen. I forget. I just can't remember. And I can't remember the channel name, but they had 2 or 3 cookbooks that she was selling. So I said when I was watching them, I said, Mrs. Buzz, you should, get your cookbook going. We could figure out how to do that. And yeah, she's going to probably do that at some point. We'll see what happens. But that's a good thought, old radio dude. Maybe we could get recipes from, if I can figure out how to get hers done, then we'll solicit recipes from all of you, like your best one, and we'll put something together and we'll do that too. Oil and vinegar on your salad. That's all you need, Robert. That's all you need. Taco Bell sauce in store, not the same either. Yeah, we haven't been to a Taco Bell, although we were just talking about that because I was thinking of getting some strip steaks, cutting, the cheap steaks, and then cutting them down with scissors, cut them down, fry them up with rainbow bell peppers and some onion. We love onion, some onion, and then making our own fajitas. We just talked about that today. We're gonna make our own fajitas and then put sour. I like sour cream, so steak fajitas at Taco Bell is my favorite. So I said, why go there? We just make our own. That'd be great. So we're gonna probably do that. All right, retired with purpose. We'll see you. There are quite a lot of people who need to eat gluten free. It's a sign of the times. Yeah, I don't know if it's because of the junk they're putting in there. Excuse me. If there's a junk that they're putting in there, or everything's so processed now that, and it could be other things too. There's so many different chemicals now, and who knows if it's really a gluten thing or if it's a different chemical or something else, a pesticide. Who knows? I just don't know. That's affecting everybody now, or affecting a lot of people. So I love my bread, but if I have to quit my bread, I mean, I can quit anything if I have to. I don't want to quit my bread. I try to eat rye bread over white bread. I think rye is I think it's a little bit better for you. Bakery bread. The problem with buying real bakery bread is it goes bad. Even if I put it in the refrigerator, it goes bad pretty quick, and I just don't eat it as fast. So I eat the processed rye bread from I forget who the manufacturer is, but I'll eat that, and it's a smaller loaf that I get from Mark's, and that works for me. All right, Rick, we'll see you. We're gonna be getting out of here anyway. It's been on an hour and 12 minutes, so we're gonna get out of here pretty soon too. Oh, Daddy, 1964. Oh yeah, West Side Market. Yep. My wife's favorite thing to do is make reservations. Living on a dime. That's who it is. Right. That's who it was. I just have not run it. That's weird. I haven't run across their channel in a long time. I wonder why. I'm gonna have to check that out. I mean, I didn't watch them a lot. They had some good content, but but everything else, all the other people I've been watching, but usually people will run across my feed, and I haven't seen them across my feed in a long time. But yeah, living on a dime that's who it was. They have fajita kits at Costco. Yeah, but the problem with those is I don't think they're gluten free. I'm not positive. Not positive, but I think Mrs. Buzz checks through the Costco website and looks for gluten free products, and I don't think that was one of them, but it could be. Hey, Katie Z, how are you doing? Yeah, nice day. 82 degrees. Breeze. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be raining tonight. Oh, Vicky West, how you doing? Vicky West. Yeah, we're just getting ready to get out of here. Delightful Bread by Sarah Lee. It's low carb and tastes like normal bread. Never tried that. I don't even know where if I've seen it anywhere. Oh yeah. So that's something I should look for, huh? By Sarah Lee, Delightful Bread. I'd probably go to Mark sometime this week. I'll see if they have it over there. Told my wife yesterday, after being Amazon Prime members for 20 years, we may cancel it. Ads on Prime Video. Oh, yeah. Everything changes, Mark. It just everything changes. What used to be a good thing starts to branch out into being a bad thing, and it's too bad. Freeze your bread and toast it. It has less calories. I don't know if that's true or not. Could be. The ads on Amazon Prime drive me crazy. Yeah, you would think if you're paying for that, it's just like cable. You guys probably don't remember when you switched to cable TV for the first time in your lives. I do. I remember. And of course, there wasn't a lot of stuff on there, but the reason you paid for cable was to get ad-free TV. That was part of their, at least in my neighborhood, that's part of what they said. Oh, you're not going to see commercials, So the Weather Channel, if you remember the Weather Channel back in late 70s or early 80s, somewhere in the 80s, They had the Weather Channel, and it was just on. There was no people, there was no commercials, and it just was on all the time. Then they added a few local stations, and then they got some of the other stations, and all of a sudden, gee, look at that. There's ads. Okay, why am I paying? Why am I paying for this if there's ads? Because they said everything was going to be ad free because you're paying for cable. Yeah, everything changes. You get things shipped free in 2 to 3 days instead of next day. Yeah, but you might also pay for shipping. You may be right that you don't some of the things, but they do charge you for shipping on some things. And if it's going to be less than the cost of Prime, which is what, 110, 120 now? I don't remember. But if you're not using $120 worth for shipping and all that stuff, then no, it's not worth it. Now, Mrs. Buzz doesn't have that problem. You saw our bill. If you saw my Social Security video, we had $258 in Amazon this month or in August. So, and I think we had $100 something 2 months ago. We didn't spend anything last month, or July, I should say. But in June we did. I think it was $100 something bucks. So I think we get our money's worth. I think people will end up regretting turning AI loose. My toast gets buttered and jam on it. I'm in Darlington. YouTube outside of sports is horrible with commercials. If you record everything you can fast forward the ads. Oh, that's a way to do it. South of the border with Pedro Buford. I am with you, Vicky West. I think we are going to get increase. Electricity with supply and demand. Where guys like us lose it. Change from cable to satellite delay. Took some time. YouTube TV is my way now, and the dish still sits on my roof. I mainly watch YouTube and some sports on other apps. We went with YouTube Premium. Costs a lot, but man, without commercials, it's great. Unlimited Cloud DVR is one of YouTube's. Yes, that was, Mark, that's one of the things that we did the trial. And the unlimited DVR is nice. But our cable company went to the cloud, which was good. And we got a reduction. We were paying $150, and now we're down to $136. We'll see how that goes. And with YouTube TV getting into the 90, and we're $136, and we get the Indians or Guardians games, which if I had YouTube TV, that would be an extra $20 a month for the season. So, that's 110 versus 136. So, now cable TV starting to look a little bit better for us anyway. There isn't much of it, and we get all kinds. I don't know how much sports stuff I got on there. It's amazing. NFL Network, just like YouTube TV, but we have, I think I counted it up one time. We had 17 sports channels, all the college stuff anywhere. So cable's starting to look a little bit better. If we can keep that price down to 135, 136, yeah. Amazon is the majority of my Christmas gifts tomorrow. Oh, yeah. You don't want to take the risk. I better not tell Mrs. Buzz that, because September will get wiped out. I should probably tell her. She usually does it in October, but maybe towards the end of September she'll start. We have 80 degrees today, but it's going to get in the low 60s. Pool water is too cold. Our Christmas shopping super easy. Just gift cards to the local gas station. Should get him some hot dogs too. Hot dogs in a big gulp. Yeah, Mrs. Buzz, she buys some stuff that's, yeah. I mean, it's more personalized items, and she likes doing that, so let her have her fun, I guess. Just annoyed I need to subscribe to Netflix so I can watch the commercials. The Commanders beat the Cowboys. Oh, that's on Netflix? I should tell you, Alton, I should tell you a way to watch it. I have it written down. It's illegal. But there's a certain thing you can do on the web that you can get you'll get that game for free. I better not say much more. I hear the sirens coming here pretty soon. I only used it once. I didn't want to tempt fate. It may not even work anymore. But I saw it on Cord Cutters on Facebook, and someone mentioned it, and then they all jumped on this person and said that's illegal. You can't do that. And I watched an Ohio State game that they had on Netflix or somewhere like that. Because I said I'm not signing up for Netflix just to watch this college game. So I saw this website and I watched the game. Now there's no announcers. You just get one camera angle, and I think it was just one camera angle and no announcers, and I was fine with that. So, and I only did it once, so I don't feel too guilty. It's still too hot to think about Christmas. Well, you never know. Remember with 2020, you couldn't even get stuff. It was getting. What is this new thing now? What do they call them? Muck babies or muck something? What? It's like the new. It's like the new thing for this year. Are they? It's like some kind of little doll or something. Do you guys know about that? Let's just say there's a Fire Stick app that opens it all for like $9.99 a month. We don't usually pay 90. Yeah. All right, Rick's retired. Yeah, we're getting out of here. Yeah, I think they were called. Are they muck babies or muck something? I saw them at the fair. We went to the fair, and I guess there's knockoffs. There's like, but now that's the new thing, and they're sold out, and I don't know what the heck they are. Well, Kaz, don't worry because we're gonna get some crazy weather coming up here. I'll be using VPN to get me a Bengals game. Don't know what that is, but he did. Yeah, there's certain. And again, I didn't do this for. It's been over a year ago. I tried this, but I have it written down somewhere, and I don't even know if it still works. I should try it out. But just going to Netflix, football games, going to Netflix and Prime and everything else. That's to me, that's just BS, and I'm just not a fan of it. Leave it on CBS, ABC, ESPN if you have to, NFL Network. I'm okay with that, but you start getting it into these subscription things. I'm just not a fan of that. I really am not. And then 2 games on Thursday instead of one, then yeah, that's okay. Football, just keep doing what you think is right. And when you lose your audience one day, you'll see. It's a virtual network. I have to log into it every day to get on the company shared drive. Well, anyway, I got to get some work done. We're at an hour and 23 minutes. So I appreciate everybody that's been here. 76 viewing right now, according to this. So, man, I really appreciate that. I've got to get Labubu dolls. They aren't even cute, and some are. Yeah, that's what it is, Sherry. Yeah, Labubu dolls. I saw them. Yeah, Pin Freak. Yeah, I saw them at like I said, at the fair, and I was like, "What's the draw?" But hey, I got into the Wii. Remember the Wii, the WII, I think it was. Daughter wanted one. I couldn't get one. They sold for like 150 or $200 way back when. I went on eBay and I was one of them suckers that spent $400 to get a Wii. Now she loved it. It was a great present for her, but I paid double. And so I'm part of that group. But these little dolls, man, I don't know. All right, Mark. So I'll see you later. Ugly as in. Have a great week. You're not even close to ugly, Vicky. No way. You would need to you would need to put a Halloween mask on. Then you'd be ugly maybe. But short of that, nope. We have YouTube TV to get Red Zone. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, I appreciate you being here. I've got to get some. Going to use my saw to cut cut some of these bricks down. So hopefully I won't see you with no fingers next time. And hopefully we'll see you Saturday. And
Dogs love yellow boo-boos for toys. Um, hopefully we get to see you Saturday. If not, then next time we meet. So take care. Appreciate you being here. And thanks for the couple donations there. Bus's Retirement Garage could always use it.